The infection spreads. This Nurgle update is sponsored by Putrid Painting.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Nurgle update. So, it's been a while since I've posted actually. It's been a couple of weeks since Forge World Open Day. Kind of recovering from a little bit of burnout as well, due to the fact that I had to get these fuckers ready for the big game that I had a couple of weeks prior to that. But anyway, so I decided to get back into the hobby after a little bit of a break. Seeing all the guys on Forge World Open Day was absolutely awesome, and yeah, it's just inspired me to do some more stuff. But unfortunately, I've not managed to do it because, well, I've got a very busy, well, I've had a very busy couple of weeks in work as well. So, but I have acquired some new stuff actually, which is pretty good. First thing I've acquired, just to show you guys, this is a couple of stuff I got at the Forge World Open Day. First thing I acquired were these juicy babies. Now, I tried to make my own kind of ogrins, like Plague Ogre kind of things, out of the Ogre, and you know, he's not finished painting, but he's alright as like a one-off. I don't know quite what I'm going to use him as yet, but it's just a lot of work and a lot of money, quite frankly, just for a single miniature. Plus, I'm using up all my really awesome bits as well. Like, I'd rather get a couple of these, but these like banner poles here are so rare to come by. But anyway, so I was at Forge World Open Day. I picked up these juicy fantasy Plague Ogre. So let's crack them out. Let's have a look at the actual models themselves. Now, one of the things that I was absolutely amazed about was how big these fucking things are. I've just dropped something on the floor. Oh, it's a piece of green stuff, that's okay. I mean, if you take into account the massive fuck-off chunks of resin, which is such a bloody waste if you ask me, just look how big these guys are. I mean, here's an ogre, here's a regular fantasy ogre. Look at the size of their difference, it's ridiculous. I can't get over how big these guys are. Look at that juicy guy they're holding in his guts with his gut plate. But even when you compare them to actual ogrins, they're still way bigger. They're just way stockier and way musclier. Absolutely fantastic miniatures. Quite a lot of flashing, as you can see, and they are also very greasy, so I'll have to take some soapy water to these. But let's have a look at this first guy here. So, just really awesome, holding in all his guts with his gut plate. Absolutely love this guy. You're going to have to shave some of these Sigma things off this shield. Maybe replace it with like a Space Marine logo or something, like it's a Space Marine combat shield or something. We got some lovely, juicy, gribbly, tumorous bits up here. And then, oh, on the back, look at this. I don't even know what the fuck this is. Actually, no, I do now, actually, because I've just looked at it and it's actually in the box. These holes are for these spikes. However, I do believe that they just look that much more nasty without the spikes, so I think I'm probably going to leave them off. As you can see, we've got some lovely pock marks of Nurgle going on here, some little brands and things that have been burned into him or scarred into him. They're going to paint up lovely, and these are going to paint up really easily as well, because they're pretty much just going to be two colours. They're going to be like a brown or a black for the pants, or a grey for the pants, and then my lovely green colour that I do on the top as well. So that's the first guy. Second guy we've got this juicy little beast here. Now, as we can see, most of these guys don't actually have any arms, and the arms are actually in the bag, and I'm going to look at those in a second. But just look at this guy. What's wrong with his face? What is wrong with his face? Just get a close look on that detail there. His face is merging into his shoulder, kind of very Resident Evil style. I quite like that. But yeah, I might leave the gut plate off this guy as well and just green stuff over this just to blend it in, because I want to try and defantasify them. I've also got some juicy circular bases to put them on, so that should be all okay. But look at the state of this. All this flashing is horrendous. Again, more Sigma kind of logo, so I'm going to have to get rid of those at some point. He's even got maggots coming out of his arse. For God's sake, that's awesome. We've got an eye in the back here, or is that a pustule? I don't quite know, quite frankly. A lot of these miniatures confuse me. He's got little hoofs, little hoofy hoofs there, which are pretty cool as well. So that's that guy. And this guy, looks like the big head honcho dudio. Beautiful little mark of Nurgle there with I don't actually know what's going on with his groin area. I think that's just syphilis just let to run riot right there, which is absolutely delicious. Now this guy actually doesn't have a head, and the heads for this guy, I believe... Oh, hey up. are here. So I think this has got, yeah, there's his head. Come on, focus. So we've got beautiful classic signature mark of Nurgle, singular horn coming out the side of his head there. Can look absolutely brilliant. And on the sprue as well, he got a cool little Nurgling. Look at him there, how cool is he? He looks lovely, just chilling there. I don't know what I'm going to use him for though. Maybe when I come to do my big Nurgle Plague Tower eventually, I might use him on that. So let's just turn him around. So we've got some, I don't know what the fuck this is here, some juicy flesh being... Is that a mouth? Is that actually... That is a little mouth. That is a tiny mouth. That is fucking disgusting. We've got beautiful, beautiful textures on these models. And one of the things that I love in regards to miniatures is amazingly textured miniatures, because when it comes to painting them, you can be really lazy, and the painting actually, well, the model paints it for you with washes and dry brushes and overbrushes and stuff like that. It's absolutely wonderful. This guy's got his boots on rather than his hoofy hoofs. So what we're going to do, we're just going to leave these guys just stood up in the background. This guy's going to have to do a bit of a handstand over here. Now, some of the other stuff that you get with it. So not only do you get that juicy gribbly head and that Nurgling on this sprue with the spines that I'm going to leave off, you also, it looks like you get another head as well. So you get another head option. No, it's the head option for this guy here. Never mind, I'm just talking out of my arse today. So you've got that. Then you've got this juicy, loosey, goosey little sprue here. We've got these knuckle dustery type things here. That is fucking vicious. That looks like it could do some damage. And then you've got this horrible thing, this horrible gut play here. That face, that is the face of Nightmares, that is. Look at it. Stare deeply into its eye and succumb to the nightmares. Enough of that. But anyway, look, you get another little Nurgling, and he's being sick on himself. Isn't that lovely? He's probably going to save that for later and eat it. But anyway, so let's move on now. The sprue that I really want... Oh, what the fuck's this? There's something here that's actually... it's like a little... Is that a little hand? Focus. Oh, wow, holy shit. Oh, it's for this guy here, I think. Is this? Yeah, it totally is. Oh my god, he's got like a take my strong hand, child. Well, that's really good. I like that. Makes him look lovely and disproportioned, which is brilliant for Nurgle. Now, one of the coolest sprues I think in this little box is the fucking blades. Just look how nasty they are. Now, once I paint those up with some juicy rust effects, they are going to look amazing. One of the only things that I'm a bit miffed about is they're a little bit bent, which is a little bit annoying, but they're not horrendously warped out of all fucking proportion. So a bit of hot water and a little bit of bending, maybe a little bit of time in my vise, that might straighten those out, but they just look amazing. I mean, look at this one. This one's got a bone for a freaking handle, for God's sake. They're just absolutely amazing. I love these miniatures, just because of the fact that they're so goddamn big. I mean, here's a spawn. I mean, these guys are perfect to be used as my spawn herders, because, oh fucking bollocks, I've just dropped one of my spawn on the floor. Oh, that's fucking brilliant, isn't it, Jojo, man? Just dropping all your shit. But as you can see, so they're going to be my spawn herders, and that... Let's move this guy out of the way. Move this guy out of the way. So that's a spawn. So they are just a little bit bigger, and they're going to look really, really cool leading my spawn. However, you might notice I only have 2 squads of spawn, because one of these guys will be left out, so I don't quite know which ones to use. Might just paint them all up, and I might even put one of them up for a competition or on eBay or something like that. I don't quite know. But anyway, so let's get rid of these. Let's put these all back in the Forge World grease bag of death, and let's move on to do something else that I picked up in at the Forge World Open Day. Now, I'm about to sneeze, so I do apologise. Fuck. Okay, so the next thing I got was some Horus heresy. Yes, that's right, guys. I'm doing Horus heresy. No, I'm fucking not doing Horus heresy. I like Horus heresy, but I prefer me 40k, to be honest. But this, if you guys haven't guessed it already, I'm going to sneeze again. Fuck. Okay, so the Horus heresy. If you guys have already guessed, this is all over the fucking floor. Shit the bed. Well, okay, so he's not all over the floor, which is good, which is very, very good news. But you guys have probably seen by the actual stuff inside there. Yes, I got Typhon, which I'm actually going to use as Typhus. I'm not going to Nurgle this guy up, really. The only thing I'm going to do, I think, is remove the Death Guard logo off his shoulder pad and maybe gribbly it up a little bit. Now, the reason I want this over the already existing Typhus model is because this just has much more of a steampunk kind of look to go with my other Plague Marines. Now let's take a look at some of these sprues. First of all, you get a fucking Dreadnought base with him. That's because probably over 50% of the model is taken up by this monstrosity. And whilst this is, oh my fucking days, this is greasier than a fucking Big Mac. This is horrendous. But yeah, so you get these huge bases with the Horus heresy models. And whilst they're really cool and they're meant for display pieces, I'm probably not going to use it. And I just think that I wish that they'd give you the option on Forge World of buying it without the base, because it would make the miniature A, cheaper, and B, easier to package. But anyway, so there's the big ass base. I mean, just look at the state of this freaking huge chunk of resin here that's connecting it. That's absolutely mental. God, that is greasy as fuck. Greasy than a bag of chips, that is. So there's the little grate that he sits on, which is pretty cool. Here is one of the coolest things of all. Typhon's Man Reaper of Death. That looks just freaking amazing. However, oh, it's not actually as warped as I thought it was. Focus. But being Forge World resin, that's going to be quite fragile, so I have to be careful with that. Beautiful circular base in there. We've got more stuff for the base. I don't want to hear it, I don't want to see that. We've got the actual Typhon himself. Well, his torso and legs anyway. Just look how steampunk it looks. Fucking shit everywhere. Look how steampunk he looks. Just with obviously these are already marks of Nurgle here. Well, they're going to develop into marks of Nurgle anyway. But the big thick armor plates, or like the servos and the virus. Is it virus canisters? I think it's virus canisters. Any of you fluff masters over there, please enlighten me. But like the front of him with all the tubes coming off and the grates and the grills and all this bits gubbins underneath. It just looks amazingly steampunk, and I absolutely love it. What else have we got here? So coming up next, it looks like we've got his arm assembly, and you get the option of 2 heads. Now I'm not going to be using this head. I do believe good old Moggy from Moggy's Miniatures has taxed that head. I'm going to be using this helmet head because it just looks freaking goddamn awesome. And I love the spiky shoulder pads that he comes with as well. Very, very pre-chaosy. And then you've got the Death Guard shoulder pad there. Now it's such a shame to cover it up, but he's not. I don't want him to be like a Death Guard survivor or anything like that. He's literally going to be just Typhus, just a different form of him. This isn't even my final form. It's over 9,000. That's right, guys. I went there. Let's just move some of this back in here. Now, the next thing that I'm going to show you guys, let's just put that over there. So the next thing we're going to look at, that's right guys, is some juicy Titanforge. That's right, just look at it. One thing I do like about Titanforge, they know how to make a regular brown box look pretty damn good. There's a nice label here, and then an actual picture of the miniature on the back, which is quality. High quality resin. Right there. But anyway, let's open it up. It does come with packing peanuts, but I opened it already just to check the bits. So, without further ado, let's have a look. Now the first thing, when you open one of these boxes of this big behemoth of decay that hits you, is, first of all, the non-greasiness of the fucking resin. Nowhere near as greasy as Forge World. But the second thing it hits you is the stench. Now, not really, I'm only joking. Is the massive wings. Look at the size of these. It's like some kind of dirty, great big face hugger. Just bleh. The audience is being face hugged. Do not be alarmed. But anyway, so look at the size of these wings. Absolutely fantastic. Not quite sure how functional they would be, mainly because they're full of fucking holes. But yeah, just one of the things with the Titanforge stuff, don't ever expect a clean join on anything. For a start, look at the state of this join here. There's just nothing for it to go on. It's supposed to fit on the body of this thing, which I'm guessing fits over this muscle here, which does do, but it ain't sticking with super glue. No fucking way is that sticking with super glue. Second thing as well, look at that. That's fucking missed quality control, hasn't it? It's not even fucking clipped off right. I could do it myself, but why should I risk damaging my own fucking miniature after it took so long to fucking come? But anyway, so we'll leave those wings over there. I'll show you how big they actually make the miniature. After I've got talked through some of these bits. So the next thing you get a fucking square base. It's nicely painted, nicely sculpted, but we're not interested in that, so that's going to go over there in the donation pile. Okay, let's take a look at the body of the guy. Wow, it's getting really dark in my room now. Sun's going down fast. So let's move some of these lights in a bit closer. So here is the body. As you can see, quite a cartoony look from the old Titanforge. We've got these small legs, small feet, massive upper body, absolutely ripped biceps. Got an absolutely awesome gut plate here with the non-mark of Nurgle made out of hands, which looks pretty good. We've got some more gribbly bits going down here, some stuff attached to his belt. We've got some really nice, just general textures on this thing. I said it before, I love textures. This is going to paint up so nice with a rust and rotten metal and rotten flesh effect. So that's going to be absolutely amazing. So we'll put that body down there. Next thing out of the box we're going to look at is one of the shoulder pads. Now, you have the option to either leave this on or leave or to put it on or leave it off. I myself am going to have it on because then I can say that the model's got power armor on when I'm using it in 40k. I can give it a nice 3-up save. So that's a really, really nice shoulder pad. We've got some juicy bone spikes poking out of there. And again, the texturing on it is just fantastic. It's got a really nice oxidized kind of pockmarked metal look. That's pretty cool. Next thing we've got, we've got one of the arms. This is the arm that holds, where's it gone? That holds this freaking gnarly ass shield. Bollocks, I've just knocked all the bits on the floor. Oh my god, I'm going to have to retrieve these bits before they get hoovered up by a certain somebody. There's one. Oh shit, it's not the camera. Sorry guys. I'm trying to do this in as little takes as I can. But anyway, so let's put that box there, and let's actually look at this bit here. So this isn't the arm for the shield. This is the arm for the shield. As you can see, he's kind of got this little handly bit going on here, and that fits, I believe, like that somehow. He's got these dirty, like, spikes going up, and we've got a mouth. Nearly knocked the bits off again. That wasn't too good now, was it? But yeah, so I'm not going to have the shield or the shield arm. Again, I could probably use this for another miniature, this shield arm, which is pretty cool, so I'm going to leave that over there as well. Here's the actual arm that I'm going to use. He's kind of like holding on, like kind of doing a grin, like, I'm going to crush your fucking skull, man! Like that. So let's take a look at some of the other bits. Ha! Here is one of the coolest freaking things about the miniature. We've got this awesome sickle. He's holding it in a reverse motion. Looks like he's gonna fucking assassino somebody. But again, just really awesome texture and really awesome detail. Got some lovely gribbly maggots going on over here. And for some reason, my face detection on my camera is detecting that that's a face. That scares me a little bit. But again, on the underside here, we've got even more detail. Let's just zoom in a little bit further on that. Just absolutely beautiful. Even the detail on the blade is fantastic. So we've got all that there. So, without further ado, let's look at some of the other bits as well that you get with that. Now, the last 3 bits are the head options. Now, one of the things that I really like about this is the fact that you actually get 3 different head options. The first head option is this cheeky chappy here. Looks a bit too scrawny for my liking, a bit too non-functional, no eyes and all that. This kind of looks like a rotted bloodthirster head. Oh, the face detection's working on that. That scares me even more. It's like it's alive. But anyway, so that's the first head. The second head you get is this head, which is a little bit meatier. Really cool. I think I would use this on another Demon Prince model, or even just on a Chaos character or something like that. It's really cool. He's got kind of like a wormy tongue going on and some like splintered horns and stuff like that, which is pretty good, but I'm not going to use that one either. The third and final head I'm going to use is this awesome head, because it screams Nurgle. We've got a juicy fanny mouth full of teeth. We've got an awesome helmet, which kind of has this typhus style horn going in the middle, like all Nurgle stuff should have. And we've got a singular eye socket as well there, which follows the Nurgle theme quite well. But absolutely beautiful piece of kit, absolutely beautiful miniature. Now, in regards for you guys to get a sense of the scale, I'm going to zoom out of this now, all the way. Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold the wings onto it. Now, you'll see in just a second. Oh shit, something's broken. Oh wow, that's totally pissed me off, because that's actually broken there. Oh, fuck it, oh well, never mind. But anyway, so, the wings, if I hold them on like this, and like this, you get a sense of how freaking... No, you don't even get a sense of how big the miniature is. There we go. It's going to be huge. Now, I'm debating whether or not to magnetise these wings, because whilst they are light enough to do it, it's just going to be a ball ache trying to get in there with all that shitty joining. So I'm going to have to be strategic about this. But look how big it's going to be. It's going to be a nightmare to transport. But anyway, guys... I'm just rambling now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to thank you guys for watching this video. And sorry, it was just kind of like a bit of a show and tell. I haven't really done anything, just kind of acquired more stuff. But you guys, you know, leave a comment in the doobly doo down below. If you've got any other ideas of miniatures that you want me to have a look at to try and get for my Nurgle army, if you've got any ideas on, I don't know, effects or something, just drop me a comment in the doobly doo down below. And you know what? Give me a thumbs up as well. Well, if we get, let's say 20 thumbs up, I will give you all an internet cookie. Yeah, token cookie. But anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. Keep an eye out, guys. I'm starting a kind of new little project soon, which hopefully should be really, really cool. I'll do more about that at a later date. But first of all, thank you very much, guys, for watching, and I'll see you guys again in the next video. See you now, and goodbye.